right, it's Monday the 24th and it's 2:34, and this is going to be my outlet journey around the house to show you how incomplete the outlets are. So in a normal outlet situation, things don't bow out like this, and I think we're going to hear more from the electrician tomorrow. That's why I call it's incomplete. If you look really closely, it says the switches are upside down. So that speaks to the lack of detail. And if you look closely, it's like they're just not packed correctly. I mean, there's a reason why outlets were designed a certain way so things could fit more flush. And it is also, among other things, to promote the, how do you say, the behind the switch design as well, behind the switch workability. And what this is telling me is that there's a lot of problems here, So that is something that needs to be redone and reworked. Let's check out this outlet. And I'm starting from the door, from back patio. This is the dining room area. Let's check out this outlet. Well, this outlet looks a little better. It just has, get this out, some paint stuck on it. Yeah, this looks a little better. It's just a little dusty, it's flush. It's okay. I'm gonna have the electrician check this out to make sure the wiring and everything is okay. And I did ask for tamper-proof outlets. What that means is that if you take an outlet out, you see how it closes. This is a safety feature, so you know, heaven forbid, a person, a young child, an animal, or gets something stuck in there and gets electrocuted. Okay, we're going to the next outlet. This outlet right here, you can see it's really bowed, and it shouldn't look like that. It should look flat and flush. And again, I don't know why. And we'll find out from the electrician tomorrow more on this stuff. Here, this is a little better. But if you can see here, it's like at an angle, so it's a little off, but it's definitely more flush, so should be okay. That's that one. Go to this outlet. This outlet, I don't know why. I just don't understand why this can't be like even. I mean, this is, frankly speaking, I mean, before we did the renovation, it never occurred to me like how these outlets, like the outlets before were all flat. And so I really don't understand why it's so bunched up in here. I really don't get it. If the prior install was fine, why is it harder with a newer install? So my only guess is that because there are some demolition and removal of things, that they probably didn't clean inside. They just kind of left it as is, and that is in itself is a hazard. Like, you keep all the rocks and debris, or whatever remains from a construction site, you just leave it in there. That's terrible. That means that they didn't do it properly. They didn't clean up after themselves, and this is again not to their satisfaction. And then here, this outlet looks a little better. Looks fine. This outlet looks okay. Seems more flush. And this outlet seems fine. I think it's just, for whatever reason, to me, it just looks uneven. It's like I want to just do it. I think that should be a quick fix. This outlet, it's okay. It's a little bowed in there. But it is flat. I'm glad that this is flat. It's not like, it's not tilted like the other ones. Some of the other ones, this is mine. This is the light switch. Light switch, and it just looks a little off. It's not even. I think that's an easy fix. This one, oh buddy, it's like popping out here. Really bowed. You can like press into it, you can indent into it. It feels really tight, like right. And I know Joe was supposed to fix all this. He's unable to. I actually got a painter to just try to fix it. It looked better than what Joe tried to do. So this is a little better, but I think the painter said that the issue comes from how they dealt with the boxes in here. Either they didn't install them deeper or other things. I'm gonna learn more from the electrician, but as I said, before Artique Construction, Garrett and Smith and his crew came, we didn't have these issues before. And so if all they had to do is take out wallpaper and probably put a new line and all these things, I don't understand why this is now an issue. And not all the outlets have new lines either. So I don't understand why this is an issue. Here, just covered out of flake plate. This is an interesting one. This is where on the kitchen. This is an interesting one because Joe actually was like surprised. You can see it's not really, I don't know what's going on in there. The carpenter, Eddie, would often use this outlet to do work in this kitchen. And I think Joe was a little surprised that when he pulled it, it felt like the whole thing was going to come out. You could see it feels really, really weak here. And this is what they did. So he decided to take the faceplate off to say it's an item that he needs to work on. I'm not really sure what he was planning on working on, but that was something that, and oh, there you go. There's a drywall screw there. And this is just uneven. I'll just tell you, just the type of work that's done to this house has been unfortunately very disappointing. This is the GFCI. This wasn't working, now it's working. Looks flush, looks pretty good. It wasn't working for some time. This one, GFCI, work needs to be done here. It's kind of bowed to the, tilts towards this way. It's not flush. This one right here. This one I think is supposed to be a GFCI, but it's not. I don't know if that has to do with the feet away from the sink or whatever, but I guess if you want to play it safe in a kitchen, just make it a GFCI. And then this is the outlet for the dishwasher. I think it needs to be also a separate GFCI. This was a job, let me move the sink here. This was something that was in my scope of work, and if I didn't point out, they wouldn't have done. This is for the disposal. And yeah, you could tell it was a quick fix because really how other, from what I heard from other carpenters and electricians is that they totally could have done this in a much better finish, like it's flat. They didn't have to have the box out like that, meaning they could have, if it was a true rough end, meaning they roughed it in, we would have rough end, meaning like they did it before the cabinets were installed. The line would have been, this pipe and line would have been in between the cabinets essentially, or something like that, or even below to make it look a little more flush. But we'll see. I'm looking forward to hearing from the electrician to see what work he's going to do to make this right. I think he said there needs to be 2 separate GFCIs. I don't know if there is. And he did say that here it was just to be certified electrical. There should be a GFCI right here too. We'll probably explore that. Oh, there's another one right here. This is an outlet. It actually looks nice and flush. This one actually looks pretty good. And then the outlet right here. This is for the lights, two-way switch. This actually seems rather decent. Here. Okay, Legrand or Leviathan? You could already tell the white is off. This is a white off white. It's a minor detail, but it's just, you know, there's a saying, the devil's in the details. So if they're not paying attention, then, you know, I think it's fair enough for me to question how they are paying attention to bigger aspects of the project. So yeah, this is completely off. This is like a white, and then this is like, you know, a different color. This doesn't match. It's not a Leviathan. This is the Grand, and it's bowed. You see, all this stuff is like bowed. It's just unfortunate. Okay, we're going into the room here. This, I don't know why they have to have it sideways like this. There's some paint on here. I mean, would it kill someone to just tape off before they paint? I mean, it doesn't help these outlets when you have paint, because you know how paint works. It can seal things and make it difficult to move. I mean, perfect example, we paint over screws and it's hard to open. So this is, yeah, I guess this is okay, but it's just not, it's not flush. I mean, like I said, before this, all the switches were fine. There was never a question like, oh, why is this off, or things like that. So I don't understand why it'd be off now. It's this. So this seems fine. This is fine. It's a switch for the light. Oh, and that's the thing. They didn't tell me that this was supposed to be a connected light. I thought it was like some of the other closets where, you know, I had to pull down. So I have an extra string there. I just need to cut it. So that's a note to myself. But, oh, and they didn't put in these rails. These are rails to the closet here. Yeah, they didn't put it in. I should do this in another paint job. They really should have painted in here like the other closet. This is not finished. This one, this outlet. Okay, this outlet is kind of weird. It's like in here, it kind of bows out on the edge. You see how it's like that? It's not flush. The faceplate is actually quite okay. It's just this is not flush. Oh, see how this protrudes out like that? That's not cool. Again, it wasn't like this with the prior outlets. Prior outlets, I will admit, were in funky locations, but they were never like, there was never this issue of like flushness. So it makes me wonder, like, how did they do this, right? I mean, we'll find out more from the electrician tomorrow. And then this is it. This sticks out more. It really should just all be consistent, but it's not. The faceplate at least is a little more flush. This bows out again. It's a better angle to see from the side. It's just, yeah, Joe can't fix this. He tried to, but he can't. I think he'll just, I don't think he's skilled enough to do this. So I'm sure if we talk to an electrician or someone that's more experienced, they will be able to answer our questions a little more. And correct this. Oh, and this. I know if I talk to my other contractor, Aurelio, I think he'll know how to correct this. this is gonna be like a whole day's work of just trying to correct this. But first we need to make sure the electrical is okay. This is a TBD, but you could already tell there's gonna be some work that needs to be done here. The screws aren't even in. They just, yeah, sorry. They just leave things out like this, complete, so. This, it's raised. It's like sloping. Not ideal, but well, again, we'll talk to an electrician, maybe he can figure something out. There's also an outlet for the bidet. That's not finished, that needs a cover. And it looks like that needs electricity because there's no light there. There's no light. Okay, here we go. This one actually looks a little better. It's flat and it's more centered. This outlet, oh, Joe must have hit this. This was the one that Joe said he had all the white screws in and this one didn't. So he had to go in and put in white screws for this one. And it's like now more tilted. So again, to show like the prior closet, this closet is a little better. See how clean it is? It is painted with the rail. The other room isn't. This one. Oh gosh, what's this? It's just tape. It's the tape. The tape from the I guess when you put underneath the wall, either it's supposed to take it off or not. I'll find out. But yeah, just in addition, I guess it's also comments about the painting. It's not really that professional, as you can see. This outlet is fine. This outlet is good. It seems flat. Challenge is this. Look at all that space there. And it doesn't look even. Same with this outlet. This one actually looks much better. It's a little bowed in here, but this is definitely more centered. So from a distance, if you don't notice the bowing, it does look flush. And this outlet right here, I mean, really, seriously, someone could put some stuff in here, which is what makes me concerned. I don't even think Gary ever walked through and looked at these. If he did, I would hope he would care more, because this, again, a lot of this work looks careless. And part of me wants to think that it's from talking to different people, online, offline, in person, a lot of this stuff, it can be done correctly. It's just the approach and time, and how careful someone is or thoughtful in terms of doing this work. I mean, it's not the most, the most exciting thing to do, but it can be done correctly, and this can definitely look flush. You can have spacers, there's lots of things to use, but it looks like Artique Construction, I think they don't see that as a standard, and I think that's where the problem lies, is what I see as standard from what I've done work with other contractors. They say it's that, I have too high of a standard. To me, this is substandard work, and and on top of that, it's potentially dangerous too. Okay, now we're going to the rooms. Switches. So this has been a question mark switch, and I've been trying to convince or inform that this switch really should be this main hall light. It just makes sense to me because you have this light here for the upstairs, and then this would be like, well, if you can imagine, you're walking around the house and you want to have a lit path, so you're trying to get up to the room, you're ready to call it a night,